So EA Sports finally decided to let the cat out of the bag and actually show us some gameplay of Madden 15. What you're watching now is actually some video taken of the E3 demo featuring the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Unfortunately, it is not yours truly that's playing the game. I wish it was. I wasn't invited to E3, but hopefully next year somebody can make that happen for your boy. Now, what we're gonna do in this video is I'm gonna give you my general impressions on the gameplay, as well as my interpretation on a few critical points that were expressed in the interview between Greg Miller and the EA Sports rep, Sean. And I'm sorry, Sean, they didn't give your last name, so yeah, we're just gonna move on without it. Now, as you can see, the emphasis, just like in the last couple of years, was really on presentation. This game just looks phenomenal. I was a little skeptical at first because I hadn't seen any actual gameplay. All they were releasing were screenshots and trailers. But now, after seeing the gameplay, I can say that EA hit it out of the park graphically. The side-by-side comparison of Madden 25 and Madden 15 is like night and day. It's really a huge step up in my opinion. Now, I'm gonna go on ahead and let the video run for a little bit, just so you guys can check out the gameplay and see how crazy this game looks. Also, so you can hear some of the interview, and then what I'm gonna do is chime back in the moment we get to a topic that I feel really affects the overall Madden experience. So let's get into it.
Benefit, I guess, of having another 9 months with the hardware?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a really good foundation last year. I mean, we did have a game we were proud of that really set us up, but another year to go even deeper and wider allowed us to get to this level, and it's just making the game look really polished.
Oh my God, look at that presentation.
Everybody
this is what I'm talking about.
When people see those quarterback runouts, they have that reaction. It's exactly what we want.
So one of the things you were talking about, right, is kind of the death of cutscenes, right? It's all on-field emotion. Now, what does that mean?
So you're going to see that as we play through here. In the past, when we would have a reaction like a touchdown celebration, we would do a cutscene, which means we would unload all the players on the field and show essentially 3 players celebrating or reacting. Now you're going to see, as the play occurs, the emotion happens on the field. It happens real time, and it's all seamless. And it's, can be the offense if they had a good play, it can be the defense if they're rejected. You're just going to see it happen on the field. And then our cameras frame it in a new way. We actually hired an NFL film cinematographer to come in and rethink the way the game is presented.
The best in the business, now working on the best game for
Best
football.
in the business. 9-year veteran. He worked on Hard Knocks, ESPN 30 for 30.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
Is that there's so much happening. I'm seeing a million things to call out, but we're clicking through too quick. Right now, this is the defense stuff. What was perfect about that?
So you saw the perfect flash. So what that means is at the line of scrimmage, you'll see a white ring that collapses around the player ring.
Oh.
That's your window to jump the snap. So you pull R2 in this case.
Gotcha.
If you hit it, it says perfect. If you're late, it will say late. Then you've got the mechanic of the X or the square button to actually make your aggressive or finesse move. And if you win that battle, you'll get in the backfield and be disruptive.
All right, let's freeze it there. Did EA really just try to hit us with the okie doke? Oh man, here we go. What I mean by that is gimmicks. Game developers will oftentimes implement some new feature that is totally useless and try to pass it off as this brand new revolutionary feature. Well, I think that we just got hit with the okie doke, folks. And let me show you what I mean. Looking at the player lock on the defensive player, you'll notice as soon as the ball gets snapped, he executes a perfectly timed jump snap. But then this ridiculous little X appears above his head. Now, if you were to press X in a given amount of time, the player will either execute an aggressive move or a finesse move to shed the blocker. My issue with that is, I don't like the idea of having these God of War style time sequenced events in Madden. Most players are like me, they already know what buttons to press to execute what move defensively, and I think it could be a complete play killer if they have to take the extra half a second to press some random sequence of buttons in order to pull off a move. Fortunately, this feature can be disabled, so we're not stuck with it, thank goodness. But overall, I feel it's a little unnecessary.
Do the mechanics.
Gotcha.
Something that we haven't had in Madden in the past, we're really excited about.
In your presentation, obviously, you had a big part of the green ring, right, for tackling. That's something you guys focused on. You want to tell us more about that?
Yeah, so you'll see as the play unfolds here, if he doesn't get in the backfield, or even if he does, you'll see this tackle wedge come out. That wedge is essentially your proximity cone.
Okay.
And if the ball carrier gets in that proximity cone, you'll see the button flash above your player's head telling you can make the tackle. We've got 3 levels of tackles.
Okay.
Ultra conservative, and then the ever popular hit stick.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you still got the hit stick.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
I'm not here playing two-hand touch when I play the Madden.
Force the fumble.
Exactly.
Right? Force the big hit, get the wow moment. That's still there. You can still do that on the stick. There's a big one right there. And there's the proximity cone.
Okay, hold on. In addition to what I just mentioned a moment ago in regards to these time sequenced events, now we have a proximity cone. You can't be serious. Please tell me you're not doing this to us again. I know everybody remembers the dreaded vision cone from Madden, I want to say 06 or 07, something like that, where the receiver that the quarterback was throwing to needed to be in the proper proximity of this vision cone in order to catch an accurate pass. Now, I know it's not quite the same thing, and I'm not oblivious to what EA is hoping to accomplish here. EA is hoping to broaden their customer base by accelerating the overall learning curve in Madden so that just about anybody can pick up a controller, load up a game of Madden, and jump right into it without feeling too overwhelmed. I totally get it, but at some point you really have to come to the realization and say, Madden's not going to be for everybody. Just think, the average Madden fan has purchased at least 3 copies of Madden over the years, and that's just on a minimum scale. There are players out there, including myself, that played Madden for a decade or more. So EA Sports, please tell me, how do you accelerate a 3 to 10 plus year learning curve in one game?
Yeah. I love, when we come back to the play selection screen, I want to point it out, but you have this community call out of what % people are calling and how that all works.
Yeah.
I love that fact. Is this a more, I guess, integrated online Madden?
It absolutely is. So in play call, we've got community picks, which looks at really millions of games going back to Madden 25 at the start of launch. And what it's saying is, in the situation you're in now, like you might be in a red zone offense.
Average yards.
Yep, it's telling you what the community has done in that situation, like 3rd and long or red zone defense. And then it's telling you what they've averaged when they call that play. So for a new guy coming to Madden, or maybe doesn't have the football culture in his mind, it helps recommend plays for him to call.
So, it seems like, even though this is, there was good. No, you got a
great play, and then you get a great reaction.
It seems like this is a good use of the PlayStation 4. That's what we're playing on.
Yep.
Go trophies. You're bringing in some of the stuff you use Smart Glass for, right?
We did, and actually we brought Smart Glass over to the PS4 as well this year.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of the players that use that said that they wanted to see it more in play call, so we actually created it on the console this year.
No, I mean that's the thing. I always thought Smart Glass was super, super cool, but I never used it that much, right? Because I want to sit down, I want to play a game of Madden, I don't want to deal with it. But having it integrated where I can see what the community has done, how much they get from that's awesome.
Yep. It goes a little bit deeper too. In that screen, we've got strategy picks, which we recommend based on the situation what you should call, and then we track every play that you're running. So your frequent plays, your favorite plays are going to show up in that same list as well, and tell you what you're averaging when you call that play.
Gotcha. And this is a much, I'm a big stickler for interfaces. This is a much cleaner looking interface.
Yep.
And I like.
All right, I'm done. I am done. I'm just gonna say this last little piece here, and then I'm gonna cut out, because this entire video is really starting to turn into a Madden 15 demo rant, and that's not really what I wanted to do today. Now, for the record, I'm probably one of the biggest Madden advocates, one of the biggest Madden apologists that exist on the face of the planet. And there have been times where I've been the only guy in a debate who is actually defending Madden, but I just can't do it today. Call it me being old school or whatever, but I just don't believe in shortcuts. I have nothing against all you new Madden players out there that might watch this video. Nothing at all against you guys. Play Madden, it's a great game. I love playing it, that's why I'm doing this video. But if you're playing in a pretty close ranked game and you have your opponent exactly where you want them, you're playing defense, clock is winding down, you have your opponent backed up to 4th and 15 or whatever, there's no possible way he can get in field goal range and tie this game up. Or is there? Because just as you're thinking that, a community suggested play pops on his screen, it's the perfect play dialed up for a 4th and 17 situation, he converts it, gets in the field goal range, and ties the game up. I don't know about you, but I'd blow a freaking gasket. I would lose it, absolutely lose it, because chances are he wasn't even thinking about that 4th and 17 play call. That really irritates me on 2 fronts. The first one is, you're taking the mental aspect out of the game to a degree. In that scenario, the player didn't even have to go into his playbook. All he had to do was just select a play that was on the screen that had the highest percentage rate of success. That's all he had to do. Sure, he still had to execute the play, but pretty much any competent human being can pull that off. Now, on to the second part that I don't like. A moment ago, Sean said that the game actually records your plays. I don't know if I want my play calling recorded like that. Now, also, he didn't mention to what extent those plays will be accessible to other players. I really hope that those plays aren't just going to be sitting on your loading screen or anything like that, to where your opponent could just look at it and say, oh, this guy runs shotgun bunch verticals 49% of the time or something like that. Not sure why you would run that so much, but I'm sure you get my point. it would really tip the scales as far as competitive balance goes if that were the case. But anyways, I'm gonna take the time now to wrap this thing up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm really curious to know what your take is on all these things that you've heard today in this video. Do you think that Madden is actually gonna be improved by some of these announcements? Do you think it's gonna be worse off? Are you gonna buy it, not buy it? Go on ahead and drop me a comment and let me know. But as always, I'm up against this clock, so I gotta sign off here. Don't forget to click that like button if you enjoyed this video. Also share it and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I gotta sign off here, folks. I'll see you in the next video real soon.